quick. This is not going to be a long video, but I just want to share with you my role, as I titled the video, my role pre and post product launches, right? My role in the business, in the company. So I thought it'd be kind of neat to walk through this because I'm doing it right now, and we're doing it pretty heavily right now. And so let me actually go jump into the page here and open this bad boy up. What's up? Oh, we got people jumping on already. Super cool, guys. Hey, come over to the side. I would love to hear a little hashtag replay or live or whatever it might be. I know that 99% of people see this after I actually go live, which is totally understandable and totally fine. I am just wanting to come in here and share, like I said, it's the pattern that I go through every single time. So what's up, Keith? How you doing? It's the pattern I go through every single time that I launch something that I have already launched and now it needs to make more money. It's the same pattern over and over and over again. In fact, you guys are going to see a micro version of this over the next 3-4 days. And then a grand, probably like a medium-sized version of this starting in 2 or 3 weeks. And then you guys will see a 3 to 4 month version of this starting January. It's really, really cool, okay? I'm actually really, really pumped to walk through this and share it with you guys. So this is done on multiple scales, but I want to share with you what it is first of all. So every time I launch a product, I focus specifically on the launch of the product. Okay, you hear what I just said? I'm not focusing on the product itself. Hey, what's up, Brandon? How's it going, Ryan? Ken, how you guys doing? Jennifer, what's up? Oh, we got a bunch of you guys jumping in. Let me go ahead and refresh the page here real fast. I'll pin this to the top too so everyone can check it out. Chris Donnelly, how are you, my friend? It's good to see you guys. So my role as it relates to this, so think about it. Right, first I'm thinking through, and for those of you guys that came to OfferMind, I know a lot of you guys wanted to, but just couldn't make it, or whatever. Or frankly, the room was pretty darn full, so we started running into some spacing issues. But at OfferMind, you guys did learn about my formula before I walk through and actually create the offer itself. I go through how much I want to make. That's actually the first question I go through. Then I go through who I want to serve. Then I think through their problems. Then I think through what they're currently doing to try to solve the problems, which includes which markets are they going to. Right, and I'm just going fast through this because this is not meant to be like a dissertation. It's just so you know where I am. Then I go through and I think about what solution I could deliver that's valuable, because not all solutions are valuable. Then I turn that one solution into an offer using multiple templates. And that's how I do it. Once I have my offer, like a lot of you guys have the offer, a lot of you guys have products, but the reason why it doesn't make money is because you don't do what I said at the beginning of this. You don't focus on the launch. Okay? Launching is where you make the cash. The cash comes from launching. Launching a campaign is the mechanism that pulls the cash off the table. Campaigns create cash. I got to put that in a t-shirt. That's good. I just came up with that right there. That was good. Campaigns create cash. Okay. Funnels don't create cash. Funnels capture the effects of marketing. Funnels are like, it's like the catcher's mitt, right? When you think about the game, a funnel, it's like a catcher's mitt in marketing. It's at the end of your marketing, but most people treat a funnel like the beginning of the marketing, which is why their funnels suck. Okay. It's not. I'm talking about the pages themselves. The pages themselves are like the end. It's all at the very end. All the final things that you go do. That's like someone has to throw the ball still. There's still a pitcher on the pitcher's mound who picks up a ball and throws it, and it travels quite a distance before it hits the catcher's mitt, which in this example is the actual funnel pages. There's a lot that goes into everything before the funnel. That's what actually causes the cash, and that's what I thought it'd be fun to share with you guys today. Yeah? Talk about a premise. This is good stuff. What's up, oink? All right, thanks, Jennifer. How's it going, Wilhelm? Good to see you guys. Let me reload here. I see you guys' comments coming on in. Yeah. Okay, so what I want to do today, just real fast, is I want to share with you very briefly what my role in the business is. I am solely responsible in any product I launch for the message, which includes all the things I just talked about, the offer, which frankly is the easiest part. I lead with being the offer guy because it's the sexiest thing to lead with. But really what I do, it's market positioning, message, which is part of market messaging. So it's the message, it's the offer, and campaigns. Campaigns is where you make the money. Campaigns is what actually causes cash, right? So what I'm doing with you guys right now is I want to share with you a few. You guys like that, first of all? Hopefully this is that's like my big thing, right? I love copywriting. I like copywriting. I love campaigns. You can have fantastic campaigns or even kind of good campaigns and C-level copywriting, and you'll still make great money. You know what I mean? That it's like the campaign really kind of starts to trump a lot of stuff because most people are forgetting what they are, so they're rare to see, and which is awesome. So, anyways, hey, glad you guys like it. Hey, how you doing? Awesome, guys. Hey, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna share my screen with you guys. And I want you to see what it is that I'm creating because you guys are going to see it. And I want you to know why I'm doing it, though. And I hope that that's not weird for me to show or say to you because you're about to get this email inside your email in like the next hour or two. All right. There's automated Facebook posts. And I'm going to share my... And what I'm doing is I want to share with you how I structure this so that you can look at your product or your offer or your funnel and go, oh... There's a lot of stuff before the funnel, before the product, before that I need to be doing that actually pushes sales pressure at the funnel. That's what I want to share with you guys. It's that first part. I mean, I'll show you the funnel, but this is probably one of the simpler funnels that we create. It's very, very easy. There's not a lot to this funnel. So I'll share the funnel with you guys, but really what I'm doing with you is I want you to see what I went through because it took me, and I've done this quite a bit, collectively because I wrote a lot of it on an airplane, then I edited it, then I put it in ClickFunnels, then I did. It's probably been about 10 to 12 hours of work for me to create this sales pressure ahead of time. Not including all the other times I've mentioned this thing, not including all the other times and time I've spent bringing in a few other key people who are also, they're kind of gurus, right? Not including the planning sessions to pull off what this funnel is about. I'm talking about noise, structured sales noise, okay? And this is the piece that you guys need to know more about. We'd love to know more about that, especially market positioning. Funny enough, the market positioning, I'm convinced that if you get market positioning right and campaigns right, you can be, you ever seen anybody who's making like way more money than you, but you know you're better than them? Usually it's because of market positioning, right? That's how powerful it is. You could be the best in the world and be the poorest in the world because of bad positioning. Anyways, that's why it's such a big deal. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I want to actually share my screen with you guys. Wow, hey, that's super cool, George. I want to share my screen with you guys, and I want to walk you through what we've created here. So when you think about, and I don't want this to be crazy long, I just want to give you kind of an idea of what it is that you're about to see if you're on my list. And if you're in this group, you're on my list. Okay, and so you'll see it, and that way when you look at it, and I'm hoping that you see it, and you're like, oh man, I want that thing. Like, that would be cool. But what I'm also trying to do in this group, and the kind of like the behind the scenes look that you guys get from all this, is you get to see how I launch stuff. Because I got a much larger list than just this group as well. So, okay, that's kind of like those are like some of the side goodies for being in here, right? So anyway, I'm going to share still sitting in my positioning. Totally get it. Yeah. Strategic noise. That's absolutely right, Braden. Rockstar Braden, love it. Awesome. Hey, okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you my ClickFunnels account. What? Okay. You think about it this way, right? Back to that catcher's mitt analogy. We need, does a baseball on its own leap from the pitcher's mound into the catcher's mitt? No, something has to throw it. Same is true for campaigns, right? Something launches it, and they're small, mini, micro events. Guys, if you're like, I don't know what a campaign is, Steven, it's fine. It's okay. I understand that concern, because a campaign is not a Facebook campaign. It's not just turning on ads. That is not what campaigns are. That's part of a campaign. But calling a Facebook ad a campaign is like saying a tire is a car. It's like, no. A tire is part of a car, but it's not a car. Right? Anyway. And y'all heard tons of awesome, cool stories about like old school dead marketers who were rich, who didn't have the internet. What were the campaigns that they ran? Right? That's what I'm obsessed about learning. That's what I like to share with you guys a lot of. Keep watching the podcast, Sales Funnel Radio, because there's a lot of stuff I've been sharing with you guys in there. Anyway, so what I'm going to do real fast is I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to walk through, and I want to show you a super cool... First of all, I'll show you the page, and then we'll work backwards. Okay, so I want to show you the page, and then we'll work backwards. What's the message? What's the offer? And I'm going to share that with you right now. Let me share my screen. You guys are going to see a few... Yeah, what's up? Sweet. Here's the Sales Funnel Radio episode flow. What's up? Oh, see all the next episodes coming out. Sneak peek, son. All right. Cool. Let me come back over here now. And, okay. So now, just, again, by way of example, here is the campaign. Let me shrink up my face there on the side. There we go. Okay. There's the, yeah, the content in your podcast is killer. Always writing down notes. Hey, that's awesome. P.T. Barnum, that story with the guy picking up the rock and dropping it for hours. That's a good one, right? Okay, anyway, those are all campaigns. You have to understand that the richest, the most successful entrepreneurs are also marketers. But being an entrepreneur does not mean you're a marketer. Okay, a marketer is a role. Okay, and anyways, anyway. I don't want to go get on a riff there, but that's I should go dive into that a little bit more. Anyway, so here it is. Okay, we have an event coming up. It's a one-day event. It's called It's Monday Baby, and the whole Monday Baby thing started by me yelling at Russell when I worked for him. Not yelling at him, but I would be excited and I'd be like, "Whoa, what's up? It's Monday. I get to build funnels." Right? And that when I was working for him, I did that a lot. And I would vox him randomly. He didn't ask me to do that. I just started yelling one day, and it kind of became a thing. And I didn't mean for it to be, but it totally is now. It's Monday, baby. I haven't done it the last 2 weeks. I've been a little bit sick. I wanted to preserve my throat a little. But anyway, that's how it started. And now it's turned into this thing. So what I was thinking is it's a one-day event on a Monday immediately before Funnel Hacking Live. So the offer, what we're doing is it's a one-day event just with me. I'm the only speaker. I used to do one-day masterminds right before Funnel Hacking Live, but they'd be with other people, and which is fine. But the feedback I've gotten is a lot of people just want to just ask me questions a lot. So it's not a Q&A fest. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into offer creation formulas that I don't have time to dive into at OfferMind. Okay, it's the other reason why OfferMind will be 3 days next year. So I'm going to go in and I want to walk through the actual formula because it's extremely formulated. All right, I want to show the actual formulas that you guys are going to. Anyways. The replays are not available. Okay, they're not available. This is going to be a closed, exclusive thing. Anyway, so that's what it is. It's a one-day mastermind just with myself. I hate calling it a mastermind. It's not a mastermind. A mastermind is its own event type. It is a one-day event, kind of workshop. So I'm going to teach something for like an hour. And, you guys have like 10, 15 minutes to apply it and actually follow along with me so that at the end you're like, hey, I got a sick offer. I got a cool core offer. So that's what it is. Okay, so it's a video, and watch the video because in the video you guys will see the sales message. Okay, so you see the sales message and you'll see the origin story I placed throughout it. I love that one, and you guys will see it there. So Monday is just me, and I'm going to teach some really cool offer creation stuff. There's a separate event that we're doing the very next day in the same location. Okay, so these are 2 one-day events. I've partnered, I don't want to say partnered, I've teamed up with Peng Joon. Peng Joon is probably the only other guy I know who crams content creation and publishing down everyone else's throat as well. So what he and I are doing is for a whole day on Tuesday right before Funnel, because Funnel Hacking Live registration starts on Wednesday. So we're doing it the Monday and the Tuesday literally across the street from Funnel Hacking Live. We're going to go in. Monday it'll be me teaching you my actual offer creation formulas. We'll probably go from 9 a.m. probably 9 p.m. Not non-stop. There'll definitely be lunch and dinner, and then anyways, it's not like I don't kill you guys. Okay, I used to. I don't do that anymore. Okay, so it's from about 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday, just me doing the offer creation stuff. Then Tuesday, guys, my entire business runs the way it does because of how much content I put out and what type of content I put out. I'm not saying crap. How do we do that? How do we do it? How do I run so much stuff? There's really only 3 people in my business, right? I like to run lean and mean. I'd rather be a little bit stressed than have more people on the payroll than my payroll can handle, right? And so I like to run a little bit lean and mean. How do I handle all that content? Well, that's what you guys are going to learn on Tuesday if you choose to come. Tuesday will be its own day. So if you want to come to one, awesome. There's a ticket just for that day. If you want to come for the other, awesome. There's a ticket for that. Or if you want to come to both, sweet. Get a ticket for both days. So what we're doing is for about half the day, I'm going to teach you my actual content strategy. How I create it, how I do it, how it gets replicated, how it gets spread all over the internet. And then Peng Joon is actually going to come up, who's the creator of the content multiplier formula. He's going to come up and he's going to teach his as well. It's just he and I. I don't want anyone else to come in. So it'll be the 2 of us for the whole day. So it's super exciting. And it's in Nashville too. Yeah. It's like no joke. It is across the street from the building Funnel Hacking Live is in. Obviously, that's strategic, right? Why would we not do that? So it's the Monday, Tuesday is this, and then Wednesday is registration for Funnel Hacking Live, and then Thursday Funnel Hacking Live starts. So anyways, if you want to come hang out extra times with me, this is what we're doing. So now that you know what the offer is, and you know, like right in here is the sales message, and I walked through it here in this video, and I'm not going to do that right here with you guys, but just that's not why I'm doing this video here. I'm just telling you, now you know what the offer is, the message is in here. Now we need to talk about campaigns. Okay, what are campaigns? Right, and anyway, yeah, this is live right now at itsmondaybaby.com. We just haven't told anybody about it yet, which is a big lesson because sometimes people don't do anything to tell anyone. So how would I smartly, as a marketer, wearing the marketer's hat, how would I launch something like this? That's the question I want you guys to be asking. Right? Because think about it in terms of your product and your offer. How would I launch this? How would I launch this offer? Is it in Nashville? I was wondering what you'd be doing in Nashville the days prior to Funnel Hacking Live, flying from Sweden. Oh, it's super cool. Yeah. Hopefully see you. So one of the funnest things that I get to do, most enjoyable things that marketers get to do is this whole thing called campaigns. Now, the reason a campaign is so important and so powerful is because a campaign, now think of it like this. If Hollywood was to tell you about the newest movie on the day that it's available, how successful do you think that movie would be? Not very successful. But most marketers launch their products that way. That it's done, and the day it's out, they start telling people about it, which is why their products suck. It's not because the product sucked. There wasn't enough sales noise. There wasn't enough sales pressure directed at a specific date, time, location for a certain amount of time. There's a cart close usually, right? It's going to leave theaters at this time. And so what we do is we follow Hollywood's model, basically. It's not Hollywood's model, okay? It's old dead guys marketers' model, and Hollywood just uses it. So what we do is we want to create pressure and noise. You think, how does Hollywood do that? They release a preview like 6 months in advance. They create all this pressure, all this noise. They'll do like a small 30-second preview, like a year out. And then 6 months out, then it's like 2 minutes, and it's a little bit more of the protagonist's origin story. Lots of open loops. Nothing closes. Right? Then maybe 3 months out, there's a little bit more of the side character story, or maybe we tell the story a little bit of like the antagonist, right? Does that make sense? And you watch the way they launch it, and then what happens like 2 months beforehand or a month beforehand, all the actors go on tour. They're doing the Tonight Show. They're getting with Jay Leno. They're getting on with Jimmy Fallon, right? They're hitting the streets. They're hitting distribution channels promoting the movie. They're not just on there for kicks and giggles. They're promoting. That's the purpose of them being on those shows. Well, by the way, go check out the newest movie, blah, 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 blah. By the way, let's watch a quick scene of it. Wow, that was amazing. How did you feel about it? How do you feel about how you feel about it? Sweet. When does it go live? Oh my gosh, everyone should go see it. It goes live tomorrow, right? That's extremely strategic. That is part of the launch. We think it's a show. It's a launch. Okay. So the exact same thing is what I want to do in order to create pressure around a new thing. So I think about this. So on this calendar over here, right there where my finger is, nothing goes on there except for product launch dates and events and campaigns. The full expression of my campaign calendar, it's so big now that it has its own spot on that whiteboard now, as of recent. Does this help buying my ticket now for this Monday, baby? Hey, it's awesome. Really excited to see you. That'd be really cool. We have, it seats 300 people, but about 125 of the tickets are already spoken for. Okay, so there's not many tickets available for this thing. We just put it up to see if anyone in the audience wants to go. It's mostly people who are in my high ticket stuff, or if you bought OfferMind Masterclass 6 months ago, something like that, you already have a ticket for this as well. And we'll give you guys information on how to RSVP and grab your ticket as well. Don't RSVP if you're not coming. Anyways, does that make sense? I just wanted to pre-frame what it is I'm going through here and why I'm going through it and why this is such a big deal, because it is. And your ability to create this pressure is why you make money or not. I've seen more funnels fail due to lack in sales pressure than not a good enough offer. It seldom has anything to do with that. But they think it is. So that's why I lead as the offer guy. Anyway, so check this out. So what you guys are going to see, in fact, today it's November 13th at 12. So in 15 minutes here, this email is going to automatically blast out. Would you like to see it? Okay, check this out. So this is the email itself. And what I'm going to do here and what you'll see inside here, and so I'm going to send it out to half of my list. 26,000 people are going to see this. There's only 100 seats, or about 175. So, it's going to fill up. It'll sell out probably pretty soon. And we're doing this now because Funnel Hacking Live is only in, honestly, it's 2 months, right? So people can still set up their travel and their flights and all that stuff. So what you see here is you'll see me tell a story. It's the same format for everything. I got a brief hook. The hook is how the greats fall. And then story, which I'm going to walk through here. And then there is a brief offer at the end. Even if it's a little bit of a by the way. This is a style of email writing. It's a Seinfeld email. And I'm kind of doing them in a row, almost like a soap series, but it's not. Anyway, how do the greats fall? What's the fastest way to lose yourself in your business? Right? Or lose your business. Ready? Drink your own Kool-Aid. Read your own bio. Believe your own press. Many will and do disagree with me here, but it was a powerful lesson that Russell Brunson taught me one day sitting next to his desk. He was reminiscing on tons of yesteryear's gurus whose names I'd never heard of. Stephen, guess what happens when you start thinking of God? Start thinking you're God's actual gift to humanity, or that all your accomplishment is from yourself alone? He asked. I love that picture of us. You get a lightning bolt to the noggin? I don't know what. I was fishing, hoping he wasn't saying this because he saw that behavior in me. Then came the Russell Brunson boom. When an influencer starts to believe they're the best thing since sliced bread, it puts the guru above their audience. Ooh. Basically, the guru starts asking his or her audience to remind them how cool they are, which distances the guru from the audience. If you ever ask your audience to tell you or remind you how cool you are, you stop being a customer-centric business. The business will exist to serve your own need for significance. The business is the audience. And so when you start, it's a business of systems, but it's a systems around an audience. All right. And so anyway, this is a true principle. And I remember, in fact, I said this, holy dumb bitch. I remember where I was standing when he said that to me. And I was standing next to his desk in the 2 versions ago configuration of his office, of the current office. I remember where I was standing when he said that to me. It seemed random, but he and I were talking about these yesteryear's gurus and how a lot of them kind of fell out because, I don't know, they were kind of too cool for school, right? It reshaped some furniture in my head and the purpose for my business. I call it the Kool-Aid rule, and it runs through my head frequently, which it does. I found the Kool-Aid man, right? This is going to be a hook. In about 20 minutes here, you guys will see an auto Facebook post. It's the same thing, but it'll be with this image, which will drop in the group. Okay? He wasn't saying I shouldn't be confident. I'm very confident in my ability to sell. I'm confident in my marketing campaigns. I'm very, very confident in who I sell, how I serve them, and my prices. Okay, I'm very confident. I have no reservation on what I charge. I'm extremely confident in my ability to deliver what I sell. But there's a major difference between confidence and arrogance. The Kool-Aid rule is real. Now, I don't feel it's my place to tell you what should motivate you. And I'm not saying that the greats have fallen, did so because they broke the Kool-Aid rule. But a customer-centric business personally keeps you moldable. Okay? And then check this out. P.S. My next one-day event is happening right before Funnel Hacking Live. It almost has nothing to do with what I wrote. And that's okay. That's the style of the email, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because this is a style of email you guys are going to see over the next 5 days. And it's powerful stuff. I'm grabbing the things that people ask me frequently, telling the story around my answer, right? How I have that answer. And then at the end of each one of them, I'm like, by the way, it's like 100 seats to this thing. Okay. If you want one, come get it because they are going to be gone. Okay. It's an actual event too. Like you guys saw the OfferMind backdrop and the stage and it's the same AV team coming in. I'm spending a pretty penny to actually put this off. This is not a low budget. We're not just in a room, right? With a camera and a microphone. I want an event. I hate bad events. I hate them. Anyways, get tickets now. Get tickets and info now. It's mondaybaby.com. That's interesting. The email doesn't have to do with the call to action. It doesn't, and this is like it's called a Seinfeld email. It has nothing to do with anything, and there's a little brief call to action at the end. Does it do better if you can lace them across? It totally does, right? But it doesn't have to. I wrote this email on a plane, right? And then right after this, you guys will see. So these are the emails you guys will see coming out here soon. I switched the story. I decided to make a little mini sequence. And truthfully, maybe I should have broken these 5 topics into 5 emails. But I decided to group them up. And all together now it's 4. So it's kind of a campaign I'm doing to the end of Saturday. But you guys are going to see, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This week. All at slightly different times. Because I want to make sure it hits people who maybe they don't look at their email this time. And I don't want to get buried if I send the email at the same time every day. Right? I don't want to spoil all the motivation rules, but a lot of people ask me how I stay so motivated. So I decided to tell them. I actually have. This is not a made up thing. This is actually what I do to stay motivated. One of the biggest questions I'm asked, right? So motivation rule number 1 and 2, a 5. Now I put L5 to pre-frame the audience so that they know, like, oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch more coming. Now they know to look. I didn't close the loop when the email's over. One of the biggest questions I'm asked, an alarming amount, is, Steve, how do you stay so motivated? Well, I don't. Okay, I don't. I definitely get poopy pants syndrome, as I call it. David Goggins calls it that. And I lose steam sometimes. What's alarming to me is the apparent expectation of those asking they seem to have that says, well, when I am where you are, I won't have fear, etc. Yowza, not true. And I did write these myself as well. It's not like, anyway. I'm hoping that you guys read the sequence that's coming out over the next 5 days here. Because my thought is that in the next 5 days here, we will probably sell out the 2 events. We'll close them down, and it'll just be Peng Joon and I with you guys in a room for 2 days, which is awesome. Okay. The ticket's cheap too. We made it cheap. You just get better at looking your fear and inviting it to boogie with you. Come thou my trembling fear. It's one of my favorite lines. So what do I do to get back in gear? I'm going to send you a few emails your way, showing the steps I take to get back in gear when I clearly don't feel like I'm doing anything. So now they know there's a few emails coming as well. Right, this is all part of the intro. Number 1, I take a moment to feel my feelings. This might surprise you as a first step, but I don't believe in being a robot. We're human, we feel. So, feel. And if I feel like crap, I'm going to feel like crap. And that's okay. I'm not going to feel bad for feeling like crap. I already feel like crap. Previously, someone mistaken this as complaining. No, it is just a comment on the current state I'm in, which doesn't need to be sunshine and rainbows all the time. That's the biggest thing people are shocked about me sometimes when they meet me in person. They're like, Steven, you're not like boom, 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 blah, blah, like all the time. Like, no, that is a learned thing. My resting state is nice guy, quiet guy, okay? It's impossible to know what motivation feels like without the paired feeling of laziness. The pursuit of 24/7, 365, happy, rah, 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 would require a little bit of lying to ourselves to pull off, as we are all humans with emotions, which emotions are meant to be felt. If I'm nervous, I tell myself it's okay to feel nervous. Of course I get nervous before going on stage. People ask that a lot. I want to experience the emotion of nervous. I'm not trying to shun it or look away at it. I look at nervous. I look at it. I'm like, oh man, I'm feeling nervous. Let me feel nervous. That's okay, right? If I feel fear, then I feel fear. And I want to experience the full weight of what it feels to feel fear. Okay? If it's excitement, then excitement. Too many times we'll have those emotions and be like, this must mean that it's bad. Or they'll be like, Steven, I can't go to this event because what if I can't? And they start getting that feeling, and we'll take that a lot of times as a symbol to not do something. The reason I'm writing an email sequence about this, and I'm hoping to turn it into some more concrete content of mine, is because I think that that's backwards and dumb, and I went through it too. But it's dumb to think like you're not going to feel those kinds of things. It's just dumb. It's dumb. Because we're emotions and we will feel. The expectation isn't that you should not feel. It's what you do with it afterwards. So feel the feeling. That does not mean it's a no. Anyway. If I feel excitement, then excitement. But giving into emotions 24/7 is no grounded way to live either. It'd be like a ship driving on full throttle without a rudder, just spinning everywhere in the water. Which leads me to number 2. I realize I am not my feelings. You guys like my images? This is the extent of my photoshopping skills. Which actually that was mostly in preview. You can thank Tony Robbins for that quote, we are not our feelings, or something like that. Wise words. So while I feel my feelings, I also note that I'm not my feelings. That's deep. Sounds weird, but think about that for a moment, because there's freedom in understanding that about humanity and yourself. Steve, is this how you stay so motivated? Not entirely, but it's foundation for the next step, which I'll share tomorrow. while I have your attention, I'm throwing 2 one-day events called, one is called It's Monday Baby, and the second is called My Content Machine with Paying June. They're both right before Fun Hacking Live, which you should go to. It's literally across the street. Click below to get the deets. I'm not going to read the rest of the emails. I want you guys to watch them and experience them. But what I want you to do, and the P.S., get rich because you can do more with more resources. Give back because money loses its luster fast. Okay. And so anyways, that's what I'm... You guys seeing this? So it's going to drip out. It's one of the simplest campaigns you can pull off. Simplest, smallest campaigns you can pull off. A simple 4, 5, 6, 7 day email sequence where you're telling value, you're telling a story, you're telling something where it's like, I actually want to read this. Written in the language that you speak, not in writing language, in speaking language. That's how you write. In marketing copy anyway. Right? And then at the end, you're hooking to this very brief, by the way, call to action. Okay? I've definitely been reading it and analyzing after what you're saying here. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad. And if you choose to come, sweet. By the way, I'm launching the campaign with me doing this. So in 5 minutes, let me email you guys. And in 15 minutes, let me send out a pay. This is part of the campaign, me doing this here. And I've done this almost every affiliate contest, almost every product I've ever launched ever. But I include you guys in how I craft the message, the offer, and the campaigns. And I show you behind the scenes. And it's actually what launches each of the campaigns. This is a very easy way to pull it off. If you guys want to learn more of this kind of stuff, come to the event. Anyway, let me come back over here to the Facebook thread here. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That's as far as I'm going to go right now. But if you have any questions, let me know. My role in my business, pre and post launch, is to be a campaigner. It is to create sales pressure and noise. And there's different ways to do that. There's different types of campaigns. There are campaigns, evergreen style, that kind of are good for consistent, slow sales. That's what keeps my business doors open and pays for all my business systems. And then there's campaigns that are good to launch things, but aren't very good on an evergreen basis. Okay? And so I, boom, use one to get it out there, and then boom, use one to keep it selling afterwards. And then for the same product, I'll do another launch and another evergreen. And then I'll do it again, another launch and another evergreen. That is my role in the business. Market positioning, which includes message. Offer creation, which includes knowing what I solve for people, not just coming up with something cool. And then campaigns, which is true marketing. Let me know what you guys thought about that. I'd love to know in the comments below. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Watch the email coming on out, and I think that you guys study what I'm doing in those emails, and I would love to see you guys in at Funnel Hacking Live the 2 days beforehand, and I promise it'll be worth your time. Funnel Hacking Live, incredible, amazing, so awesome. But it's a little bit 30,000 foot view. What I'm doing in the day and 2 before is the deep dive workshop style of what I actually do to actually make cash. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.